Welcome to 100 Yards of Football this evening. It's our NFL Draft Special. The prospect that we're going to highlight this evening is Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern. If you like the video this evening, please comment and share it here on 100 Yards of Football. And join me as always. The gentleman played 12 years in the National Football League with the Atlanta Falcons. He was a first-round pick in the 1981 NFL Draft out of Florida State University. And the 25th selection overall. His name is Bobby Butler. So if you like the video this evening, please comment and share it. And let me give you one tidbit. He came out of the 81 draft, and he always is telling me that's the best draft ever. But however, they'll have a lot of disagreements on that draft. But let me bring my man up from the 305 down in the Miami area, Delray Beach, Florida, my man, Mr. Bobby Butler. How you doing this evening, brother Butler?
I'm doing great, Vincent. As usual, man, it's always a pleasure to be here with you and talk about these young, gifted athletes that's getting ready to make their life better for them and their families.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's an exciting time. You know the process. You've been through it. We got about, I want to say 30-something days leading up to the draft. So it's an exciting time for these young men and their families.
Right.
But this evening, tell us about Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern.
Well, I tell you, I like this guy. You know, he's when you look at him, he looks great. 6'1", 190 pounds. You know, got a strong background of football. You know, went to the IMG Academy and played football. By the way, everybody can't go there and play. And so he went to a prestigious university in Northwestern University up in Chicago area. He played extremely well. He's got length, Vincent. He's quick. He's got agility. He's got coverage ability. You know, he's versatile. But the thing I like about him, he's got that size, but he's very athletic, you know, and he can play in a variety of coverage schemes. I mean, he can do it all. You know, I look at him in his back pedal. See, when you're a bit kind of a tall, lanky guy, you know, sometimes you're not as smooth in things like backpedaling, turning and running. But this guy has a smooth backpedaling man coverage, you know. And the thing I like about him, when he reads the route and he knows that they're running a dig route, they run a hook, they run an out, he don't waste steps. Smooth transition from backpedaling to breaking on the ball, going downhill. I like that about him, right? And his hips, oh my goodness. One of the things that you look for in a DB, especially in a corner, is his ability when he's backpedaling to turn and run and flip his hips without looking like a robot. You know, it's got to happen like that, right? He's got fluid hips. I mean, put it this way, Vincent. When he's on the field, you don't challenge him. All right. He's a very intelligent ball player. When I watch him play zone defenses, I like the way he can pass routes on and cover what's in his space. You know, so it's telling me he's got good eyes. You know, he's watching, he's passing it on, and he's seeing what's coming in his area. He's got great awareness. And so that kind of stuff, man, makes for an all-star kind of a player at that position. So I like the guy. I think he's he hasn't been what I consider a big hitter, right? But he makes tackles. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and so at the end of the day, I don't care if you're a big hitter or not. Can you put the guy on the ground, right? That's what we need. We need results. But I think he's a smart, intelligent player. You know, he knows how to pass off routes, like I said. He knows how to high point the ball. And I'm going to tell you something that I noticed about him. Nobody challenges him downfield. Nobody. Vincent, I think he had one deep route thrown on him the whole year. What does that say? Somebody's scared. You know, to not challenge this guy, that's telling me something, right? That these teams are going to look, we don't want to make a mistake and throw the ball his way. Didn't have a lot of picks, but that has a lot to do with people not going after him, right? Now, he does have one problem that I see. And, you know, I mean, you know, a lot of people got this problem. He's been injured a lot. Okay? I don't think he's completed one whole season his whole career in college. You know, he pulled he had a growing pull this year, and didn't finish the year out. But yet and still, I think he's going to be a special draft choice in this coming draft.
I like what you said about his overall makeup. And when I look at the young man, I think about one thing. He's going to Northwestern, a very highly academic school. But think all the prominent people that went to Northwestern. That actor Warren Beatty.
Yes.
Our favorite, Charleston Heston, that played in the Ten Commandments, that played Moses. Brent Musburger, Ann Margaret. High-level people that's going to Northwestern. Stephen Colbert, who has his own talk show at night.
That's right.
So the young man to me, is a very, very intelligent football player, because a lot of people can't be at school and not, as we saying, getting these books.
Right.
Then another thing, I always go game film. And I read this about him. He prepares like no other corner coming into the draft.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then think about his game film, Nebraska this year, 5 tackles.
Ooh.
Wisconsin, 4 tackles and interception.
Mm-hmm.
But the greatest thing is, you said, don't nobody throw it to the young man. And he went to IMGM Academy, where a lot of people, they come get you. You can't go over there and say, hey, I want to play there.
Right.
So on a national level, this young man, obviously, he's got to be at a high level. Mm-hmm. But when I look at him, I look at his film, he puts me in the mind of a guy I think it kind of coached you at a Bishop, Emmett Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Another guy that went to Notre Dame, a 1971 All-American, Clarence Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
Another gentleman that played at a high level that's on ESPN right now, Dominique Foxworth.
Okay.
Then I'm going to take you home back to the 901. I seen this guy play when I was 9 years old. He was first-round pick of the New York Giants by the name of Larry Mallory. Yes. 1969, Tennessee State. Mm-hmm. Then 2 other gentlemen that I seen play in high school. They went to Hamilton High School. A lot of people in Memphis knew who I'm talking about. Out of the 901, Keith Simpson.
Yes.
Who was a first-round pick in the 7-8 draft and one of the best defensive backs. Bless his soul. He in heaven right now. But he was one of the all-around best football players. And Bobby, you can co-sign that, because you can ask Carlos Carson about him. His name was Eric Harris.
Yes.
Then another gentleman, when I went to the University of Arkansas, they had the same type of build and played really good. Went to San Diego and started as a rookie, Danny Walters.
Okay.
And then finally, he's got some of that Marshawn Lattimore in him. I think a lot of Falcon fans know about that. Then he got some Dre Kirkpatrick in him. Roll Tide, University of Alabama. Then the best in the game, I'm thinking right now, is Stephon Gilmore.
Yes.
So this gentleman, to me, we've been talking about cornerbacks at a high level.
That's right.
This gentleman might be the best out of them all. Right. But one question I want to ask you this evening, reading about this young man, why is it so critical that say the young man footwork is better than any prospect in the draft? Explain to us in the audience why that footwork is so critical.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something, Vincent. I'm glad you asked me that question. I played 12 years in the National Football League. And over my 12 years, the Falcons would draft guys in the 2nd round, pretty high. They'll bring in other DBs, 1st round, 3rd round. And here's what I would do when they would bring those guys in the first day of camp. I will watch their footwork. That will tell me the story. It's a storyteller, Vincent. If the young man's got great feet, bruh, he's going to be out there a long time. Not only is he going to make a roster, he's going to be there for a long time. I can't even tell you how many guys are being drafted at a high level who don't have good footwork. If you got feet, you got the game won. You could be an old man like I was, still backpedaling, breaking on that ball if you got good feet. And so that's mechanics. That's not taking any wrong, false steps. That's just doing everything right. It's just like being a great dancer, like Fred Astaire. When you watch Fred Astaire dance, even an old man dancing like that, you're in amazement. Man, look at that guy. Look how he work his feet, the timing. Well, that's what it is when you're a cornerback with great feet. There's nothing like somebody with great feet. I don't care what sport you play, Vincent. You got great feet, you're going to be a star. The greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali, had the best feet in the ring of all time. Right? So I'm just telling you right now, man, no wasted steps. He's just a beautiful athlete. This guy's going to, listen, this guy right here is going to have high potential. And I think because of to the NFL, a lot of it has to do with hype, right? They be hyping guys. He's not going to get drafted as high as some of the guys who are going to go, but long term, he's going to be a better player than those guys who go before him. That's my promise.
Next question, the final question about Greg Newsome. Is he going to be a guy that's going to make some noise day one when they go to training camp? Is he going to be that guy that's going to stick out? When I mean stick out, they're going to say, oh my God, we got a player.
Day one starter. Now, not day one, first game starter. Because when they go in there, when they see what he does, he's going to be just like listen, man, when I was in camp my rookie year, I didn't start out as a starter, but we played the first preseason game of the year, which was back then the Hall of Fame game, right? In Canton, Ohio, against the Cleveland Browns, against Brian Sipe, Ozzie Newsome, Greg Pruitt, that group, Reggie Rucker, right? Dave Logan. I was a starter in the first 10 days of my practice at the Falcons. Why?
Amen.
Why? Feet. Feet and knowing how to play the position.
Final words on Greg Newsome this evening.
Well, I hope Greg don't be disappointed. He's not going to get drafted like Patrick Surtain. He's not going to get drafted like Caleb Farley, but that's okay, right? He's going to probably be a late first rounder to a second rounder, and more so probably a second day pick, Vincent. But man, what a great value for somebody who's sitting there waiting to select this man, because they got a 10-year, 12-year vet, by selecting this guy.
If you like the video this evening, please comment and share. You heard it from a 12-year vet who played at a high level. He set the tone in Florida State. That's why they call the defensive back you. My final words on the young man, Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern. It goes back to this musical group by the name of WAR, War. And they had a song that was out, Spill That Wine. Mr. Greg Newsome is going to spill that wine at the next level in the 2021 NFL draft. So if you like the video today, please comment and share. We surely appreciate here at 100 Yards of Football. Thank you. God bless. And we'll be back next week. And before I end it, we'd like to say thank you to the Dallas Weekly for having us on every week. Spill that wine. War, Mr. Greg Newsome. Have a blessed day.